Hey Tim, where are you going?
Just trying to help.
Okay, well let's go.
Hi, I'm Tim Schneider, CEO and co-founder of Investors Community Bank. Today we're here with John Schuster to tour his plant, Keenline Conveyors Systems. Investors Community Bank assisted him with the purchase of this business. Looking forward to touring the plant and being in John's shoes today. John, would love to have you tell us a little bit more about your business and what you do.
Keenline's fantastic. It's got 75 years of making conveyor experience. And what we do here is we make kind of a real wide range of conveyors, but we really focus on super sanitary and ultra sanitary conveyors for food industry.
You bought the business fairly recently, so quite a transition from being a business attorney to shifting to owning a business. And tell me a little bit more about that transition.
I had a very large business practice, and I was kind of on the boards of a bunch of manufacturers, so I was really familiar with manufacturing. And what most people don't know about me is I'm fourth generation metal business owner in the Oshkosh area. So I come from a long line of kind of manufacturers and metal makers.
So it's definitely in your blood.
It is absolutely in my blood, which is why it's been really comfortable for me to make the transition.
So tell me a little bit more about what your future vision is for the business and what you anticipate changing, things you're doing. You talked about changing the logo, obviously, new owner, kind of a new look, those kinds of things, but I'm curious strategically what you're thinking about doing moving forward.
Our biggest initiative is kind of three words that I use all the time. It's neat, clean, and efficient. Right? Because we make these really neat, clean, and efficient super sanitary conveyors, and we're just going to focus on getting our business operations the same way. Hey Tim, what are you doing now?
Trying to help clean up, but this place is spotless.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because we pride ourselves on being neat, clean, and efficient.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about these pieces that are maybe on the table here and what these actually are?
When they're doing sales, we actually give people samples of what it is so they can go back to their boardrooms and kind of just get a feel for kind of what we're making. One of the biggest things that we do here that aren't done in other shops is we do a lot of fabrication and welding. So a lot of our stuff is fully stainless steel fabricated construction and welded. Okay, and what that does is that gives you things that don't have seams. So for the food industry, there's no bacteria forming and that you would otherwise get with bolted construction. This would be the kind of situation where you got a big cheese processing going there, and now the finished bag is coming out. And then one of the other neat parts is it's coming off the machine. This actually conveyor belt can reverse based on electronic eyes and things like that, and where the supply chain's at. So right now we've got it running this way, but if you'll throw it into the chute there,
down here,
yep, it shoots and it flips and it goes out, and it's actually going through the metal detector on the other end. I've been with Investors Community Bank for about 7 years. Initially with my law practice and then with this, and I'd referred just a ton of my clients to work with Investors Community Bank over a period of time, just because the process is fantastic. I feel that you have really knowledgeable bankers who kind of know the specific industries that they're running, which is a real advantage for businesses to have a banker that understands rather than just be a number.
Well, good. That's what it's about. It's about a relationship with us, and we definitely want to have that relationship be strong.
Hey Tim, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, John.
Yeah. Well, you know, these are
what is this?
Highly calibrated guide rails.
Tell me what application this would be used for, how it works.
Yeah. So these kind of configurations you see either when we're holding a container open and it needs to come through a certain way, like if it's getting filled and all that, and most likely usually when you hit this kind of station, that's where the machines are filling things up or that, and it kind of just keeps the product nice and straight. And
so it guides it.
It sure does.
John, maybe I should put this wrench back safely in your hands.
That sounds like
more damage.
Sounds like a good idea.
So I assume you have other competitors in this space that you're in the conveyor business. What sets Keenline apart from the rest of the competitors in that space? Yeah,
our real niche that gives us an advantage is the customization of the conveyors that we're able to do, especially with the fully welded and sanitary conveyors, and that just comes from years of experience of knowing exactly how to make them on the floor and how to make them a really high quality thing. The other thing that gives us a competitive advantage is our turnaround time. Most of our competitors are 3 to 4 weeks longer than we are, and that's just because we have it dialed in to make sure that we can get them in the quality and the time. And as you know, turnaround time is very big in manufacturing because they want to get their new food lines up and running.
Especially right now, I'm sure, with this environment.
That is correct.
Timing is critical.
And the other thing that we have here is we have 14 engineers in-house here.
Oh, wow.
So we're very engineer house heavy, which is fantastic because that enables us to problem solve a lot better than the other businesses can.
Is that different than a lot of your competitors that you have 14 engineers on staff? Is that that's a competitive advantage, obviously, because they can design on the front end and you can move into production more quickly, probably, right?
Absolutely. And like I say, and especially on the problem solving, because a lot of this stuff is custom design, we can really get it dialed in for the customer of exactly where they need to move the food product and get it where they need it.
I'd like to thank John Schuster of Keenline Conveyors Systems today for allowing us to tour his plant. A very impressive facility. That's a wrap.